So what can people expect to see from you on this tour? Are you guys planning to do this forever?
Until we die.
I'm gonna blow your back out.
Real desire to write the best songs possible.
Thank you for the support. We love you. We're very excited for you to hear.
So, the Vamps, how you doing?
Good. Thank you, man. How are you?
Yeah, I'm very good, thank you. It's awesome to see you all here in London.
Yes.
So, 10 years ago, did you ever think you'd be where you are now?
Don't think so. I think we were speaking about it earlier. You get into a band because you love music and get the chance to do what you love. It's like hopefully go out and play gigs and make it into a bit of a job. But you have fun and you do what you love and you hope it goes well. But you're also aware of how hard it is. So yeah, we feel very grateful to the fans. Had a great team around us, and then we've stayed like best friends over the past 10 years.
Yeah,
So.
it must be awesome having a great relationship between all of you. And then obviously you mentioned the fans. That must keep you going so much. That must keep you quite motivated to carry on.
Definitely, those two. The friendship is so important, especially because you're in each other's pockets all the time. We have been for the last 10 years, so and it's never really been difficult. We've never actually had a proper argument, which is crazy. We need to have one.
Should we do it now?
So we just have 10 years.
Yeah.
Blow your back out. I'm gonna blow your back out.
So we've never done that. So it's I think friendship and the fans. The fans' love to us is incredible. So we have to give everything that we can back to them. And I think this is such a special moment for all of us because it wraps up a nice little moment in a nice little bow tie and let's play the album in its full entirety, which we've never done before, the deluxe album. So we're excited about that. It's gonna be cool. And it kind of intertwines into two because it's the revamp album is kind of similar time with the tour, so it kind of makes sense.
Yeah. What is it like, being on a stage in front of thousands of people? How does that actually feel?
It's fun, man. It's fun. I think you can never compare it to anything. It's always very weird, coming off stage after playing the O2 or something. It's such a high that you're trying to you want to enjoy it, but then you got to come back down to earth a bit. So it's quite a hard thing to manage the peaks and the lows.
Yeah. I mean, the nerves. You must get nervous, right?
No, not with these boys. It's weird. It's weird. I don't actually get nervous with these boys. When I do stuff back in the day, on my own, and even when I do stuff on my own now, I'd still get nervous. But not with these boys.
Yeah,
it's so weird.
Yeah.
It's a bubble though. It's a nice little. You just go out and you have fun. So, it depends on who's at the show for me. Sometimes if there's family, it gets me a bit bigger family. And my parents will come to every show if they could. But when there's more of my family from Newcastle, there I always get a bit nervous. But 9 times out of 10, it's just before we go on. Yeah.
Is there something you do before you go on stage, maybe a pre-ritual type thing?
We chin each other.
It's been growing.
You ready?
Alright, Brad, you're up. Alright, he's cold. James. And the tour manager does it to us as well.
That's why we don't get nervous. Concussion will go. We do. We rub our chins together, which is lasted the 10 years. Before the first gig that we ever did, we were we want a ritual, but not the usual
let's go, go.
So we rub our chins together.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, moving on to a bit of a different question, right? Throughout these 10 years, it's 10 years since the Meet The Vamps album, right? Throughout these 10 years, what has kept you motivated to carry on?
I think we've evolved a lot. Our albums haven't been the same every time, so I think the drive to want to do something different every album has been a thing. We haven't tried to do the same album, keep doing that. So I think as long as we keep doing that, we'll still stay motivated. Otherwise, you get bored. So.
Yeah. Are you guys planning to do this, forever?
Oh, 100%.
Until we die.
I think I have this image of Tris in 40 years. Maybe I'm not even here anymore, but you'll still be going. And you'll be wheeled on and you'll have one leg.
Yeah.
No hair.
So you mean I have 2 legs left?
Yeah, lads. But still with the champagne and like maybe like a cigarette. Like, like you get
I don't even have arms anymore. It's like AI robot. Like it's crazy out there at this point. So I've got like drumming robot hands.
Yeah, but you'll be there till the bitter end. I think.
You'll look the same. You'll look the same. You both will look the same. You'll have.
I won't sound the same.
So I think
I feel like, but like at a like a healthy stage, it's always been for us. Like we'd love to do this for the rest of our lives, 100%. That's what we want to do. But that means we can't do it like every like year. We're doing like a tour and album. That's what we've learned over the years. So, we're not going to burn ourselves out because people we've discovered over the years that's not how they survive. You know what I mean? It's unhealthy for you if you just burn yourself out. So the way we want to do it is just keep on, being best friends, keep on making music, keep on touring when it feels right.
Yeah, that's great. That is amazing. So what can people expect to see from you on this tour?
The first album in full, which we've never played in full. At the start of this day, we started by saying we'd just do the album. Now it's evolved to the deluxe album, and even songs that weren't on the album that nearly were on the album.
So we're adding songs.
Like a speech there. At the start of this day.
Dawn of time. It'd be the first album in full, which I think will be nice for us because we'll be playing songs we've never played live before, but also hopefully for the fans to sort of drum in the nostalgia of that time period. But I think we're gonna obviously. I imagine we'll be reinterpreting the songs as we have done for, whilst we've been recording them again. So, yeah.
Try and fit into the same clothes that we were wearing then.
Yeah. Skin with Aladdin.
Weirdly got. I've got them.
I've got
all the clothes.
Yeah.
Still fitting those jeans. No, I don't. No. We were wearing some skinny jeans back in the day.
Yeah.
Skinny. These guys introduced me to skinny jeans, and I don't. Yeah.
You're going to go on tour in the exact same clothes.
Yeah.
Same hair.
Well, okay, this is weird though. Just spent a little bit of time, as did you, in America, and spray on skinnies is bad.
I'm not doing that again.
That's like a thing.
It's unhealthy.
Yeah, that and the cargo trousers.
Yeah.
Fashion.
So, where did you guys start? Going back all these years, where did it start?
It started, James we were all kind of doing our own thing in different parts of the UK. So we were in bands growing up, or we were doing like solo acoustic stuff, and then James messaged me one day. And we'd both been doing similar stuff like acoustic covers on YouTube, gigging around the local area. And then he messaged me and he was like, do you want to write together at some point? And I was like, who's this? And he was from like 3.5 hours away from where I lived, and we met up and signed a contract, and now none of us can get out of it.
Yeah, here we are, 10 years.
Blood contract.
No, but that was like we just got on so well, and I'd never written songs with anyone else before, and it was just like we're like, this feels really good. And then we met Tris a similar way through like friends of friends, and just seeing him play on YouTube. And the same with Con as well, and so it was all very like YouTube, and then we came together and met. I think we were just so lucky that everyone got on as well as they did when we first met.
Now you're all best mates now, and you're going forever.
That's it. Hopefully.
Yeah. What was it like, when you guys first started getting super popular? So 10 years ago with this album, it completely blew up, right? So many people listen to it. I mean, millions of plays now. How did it feel when it first started getting popular?
It's funny because we just, in a way, just go with the flow, but also have such a fun time. We were taking it seriously in the good way. Like we wanted to get out there and be the best band we can, but we were also just like, this is so funny, let's just have an amazing time. And that kind of came across in the music videos, the shows, and even the music, because we were like, the family clearly like us having fun together, and they like the energy that we bring as a band. So that's kind of what we played on. We were like, okay, cool, let's just be young, dumb and free. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I mean, it's the passion really.
Yeah.
I mean, what would you say for people that are starting off and doing it just for money? What do you think about
the wrong way
it's
to
not
do
about
it?
money,
Yeah.
sex as well. I'm joking. Fucking hell. No, I think the reason that we've had the longevity we've had is because really the crux of it is four of us. Like, we were four people writing songs, had a real genuine passion for music, and that's kind of where it's that every album that we've done, we've tried to put everything into each one. And I think if you kind of blur the lines and if you want to be in a band for like the money and everything else, it's not really that's never why we started. And I think you have to have passion for the actual thing you're doing, because you can get lost. And I also think from our fan base perspective, I think I'd like to think that people see us as people that genuinely love making music for the Vamps, and that there is a passion for music. It's not just fame and stuff, because I think it's quite transparent if you do it for the wrong reasons.
So you've got a strong connection with your fans and stuff. So how do you kind of get your feelings across to them? Maybe in your music, I know people might be able to relate to your lyrics and stuff, but is there a certain way that you communicate with them?
I think like when we came through, we started on YouTube and we were doing covers, and then Twitter was the big platform for us to kind of connect. And it really felt like the first time that you could speak to your fans on a very like immediate, in a very immediate way. Of like, they could ask you a question, you can answer there and then. That was cool to us, because we were like, we would have loved to be able to do that with bands that we grew up on, and being able to be like, oh, that's him running that account, that's so cool. So we were like, it's a great way to like speak to our fans directly and kind of bring them into the process, bring them along the journey with us. And I think that's again why this 10-year anniversary is so special, because the fans have grown up with us, like going from 16 to 26, 27, 28. Like, they're big years in your life, like, be it in a work capacity, but just on a personal level, like, you do so much growing up throughout that. And I think we've done that in the band on a personal level, and we've watched the fans do it as well. Like, there's a couple of fans who would come to very early gigs, and we'd always see them, and then like in recent years they'll turn up and they'll be like, just had a baby, and you're like, wow, that's amazing. Like, everyone's going through life together at the same time.
So that's why we started doing baby merch.
Baby and dog merch.
Yeah, because it's so funny. Like, even now, 10 years later, some of the earlier older fans back in the day would have been having kids now. It's crazy. Yeah. And they're bringing the kids to the shows. It's cool. And then there's new fans as well. It's just a dynamic bunch.
Circle of life, man.
Yeah, circle of life.
Yeah, and we're still here.
You guys started super young. So obviously I'm 17 now. I think one of you was 17 when you first started, right? And when you first got big. How did it feel being so young, but being so popular and not having the normal job that people would usually have?
It was strange. I think
you guys were the youngest.
We were like 16,
just turned 17. I think we were. Yeah.
But I swear I knew you when you were 15. I swear.
Did you stalk me?
Yeah, imagine. But no, I swear you turned. Didn't you turn 16 at my house and you weren't allowed to leave?
No, that was New Year's.
That was New Year's.
Yeah. Trying to go home for New Year's, I wasn't allowed.
Poor guy. And it was fresh as well.
Yeah, no, it was a great time.
It's weird though, like, but I also think it was the perfect time for us to go through it all, because we were just so like open-eyed to it all. Do you know what I mean? There was no like preconception. We were just having a good time, having a lot of fun. Like Tristan said, I think that came across. And we like the music and everything that was going on was almost like secondary, and we were just having a good time. And it just made it like really easy to go through what is quite a big life change at that time. Just made it kind of feel quite seamless at the time.
Yeah. So it's all about just having fun.
Well, for us it was, And then I think you look back, and again, like the 10 years looking back, you process things in a different way now. You can see, like, at the time you might have to be like, oh, that was quite tough, or like you realise how important the people around you are, the boys are. But whilst you're in it, you're not thinking like that. So that's why it's always good to kind of look back. It's giving us a nice bit of perspective on that whole period of our lives doing this.
Yeah, that was amazing. I mean, and for those that are early on in the stages, right? So maybe young people, maybe people that are just starting to make music or upcoming artists, what is your best piece of advice that you could give to them?
I think kind of like, you asked before why you do it. I would say like to really focus on the actual passion for what it is that you're doing. So like for us it was songwriting and musicianship. I think try and find a purpose in well, for me, it was finding a purpose in songwriting when I was like 12, 13. Playing on to that, because all the other stuff that people may presume to get into the music industry for, like that's a secondary thing, you know, fame, money, all that stuff. Like for us, still, it's like the real like desire to write the best songs possible. So hone your craft and maybe like focus on like playing an instrument. I think if there was like one thing I wish I'd done different, it would have been play piano from the age of 11 when I started playing guitar. And you know, there'll be people that just getting into it now that have to, or like get into production as early as you can, because you know, in those real like exciting years when you start getting into something new, that's for me when my brain was like the biggest sponge, and it's harder to pick up those abilities when you're like 30.
Yeah.
So I'd say just really work on that craft at the early.
So learn it young.
I think so, if you can, yeah.
Yeah. And as a last question, is there anything you want to say to your fans?
Thank you for the support. We love you. We're very excited for you to hear the new music, to come along to the new tour. We can't wait to see you. That's a
See you there.
Wow.
We have it.
See you soon.